terrific freshman in Michigan women's basketball history, the top-ranked recruiting class in history, Olivia Olson, Syla Swords, they also get buckets.
All 4 freshmen are starting. They all average 10 points a game or more. For Rutgers, it's kind of been a different lineup all the time. JoJo Lacey's the only Scarlet Knight who started every single game. Meanwhile, for Michigan, this has been their starting lineup every single game this year except for one. Saturday afternoon is off to a great start. We're excited to bring you some truly talented players here today, including 32 right there, Kiyomi McMiller, 20 points a game. She has been lighting up not just the stat sheet, but fans who haven't seen her in person. And when you get to see her with the ball in her hands, you will understand why.
Mike, at practice last night, she was shooting left-handed threes. Like it was nothing.
Just for fun.
Just for fun.
Here's the first shot of the day from, guess who? Another freshman, Zakara Perkins.
It's a great start for Rutgers. This freshman needs to get going. She's got three-point range and ability.
Rutgers is looking for their first road win of the season. Freshman to freshman. This is Mila Holloway, the point guard from Charlotte.
It's nothing like a little give and go between 2 freshmen at this level.
Here's McMiller. You can see some of the shake and the shimmy she has when the ball's in her hands. Destiny Adams, the other star Scarlet Knight, who's been so productive offensively, spins into double team and gets the bucket.
Her ability to do that separates her from everyone else.
Hobbs had a great first quarter their last game. She had 10 points in the first 7 minutes. That's a foul as Olson was shooting. It's on JoJo Lacey. Kim Barnes-Arico absolutely loves the vibe around this Michigan team. You could see it, too. You were at the shoot-around yesterday and were blown away with the intensity. I was at the shoot-around this morning. It was supposed to start at 8 a.m. Eastern. I got here around 7:30. The entire team was already here running sprints.
It's an absolute culture shift. I mean, we got a chance to call a couple of their games last year, and they were good last year. They were an NCAA tournament team last year, but this team just feels different, Mike.
So Thompson with the ball at the top of the key. Sophomore from Illinois. Thought about a long 2. Swords is on her, and Swords is a great defender. You're seeing some of that here. Adams trying to beat the shot clock. Another one from inside.
Yeah, when all else fails, just give the ball to Destiny. Destiny is on.
Olson inside, loses it. Sidibe's got a 2-on-1 break. Bounce pass to Thompson, high off the glass and in, and a really nice start for the Scarlet Knights.
If Rutgers is going to win this game, then that's exactly how they're going to do it. They have to keep Michigan players out of the paint. They've got to try to be disruptive on the defensive end, get some easy baskets in transition.
They love transition basketball. That is their bread and butter. Tough shot from Holloway. She'll head to the line. Highly regarded as the other 2 freshman stars, Olson and Swords, but she has started all 18 games this year at the point guard position.
This is the first time in a long time that Kim Barnes-Arico has had a true point guard. I mean, she's kind of made do with the Leah Browns, the Kate Flahertys of the world, but this is a true point guard in Holloway.
Sidibe with a baseline jumper is good. Nice shooting for Rutgers, better than 60% in the first few minutes. And you mentioned the fact that it's a different point guard for Michigan. It's also a different offensive flow as Sidibe gets a turnover. There's not that traditional Michigan post player we're used to.
The first time in Kim Barnes-Arico's tenure as the Wolverine head coach that they've gone with this 5-out, 5-guard offense and not run offense through a big point player.
Maya Petticord. Holloway has the board. Holloway down the lane. The bounce pass to Camp Schrader with a patient shot.
Much quicker in transition.
Lacey on the drive, kicks it out to the bench. Michigan bringing in a handful of new players. Brooke Quarles-Daniels off to Olson. Olson slips and falls. But Quarles-Daniels has it, and that is the post player, Yulia Grabovskaya, a 6'5" player from Russia.
Now that Grabovskaya is in, you're going to see more of a traditional 4-round-1 offense from Michigan.
Speaking of points in the paint, excellent find to China Cornwell, the grad senior.
That also changes what they do defensively. So now instead of being able to switch everything, they're going to hard hedge, which allowed China Cornwell to release on that slip.
We got some size. Grabovskaya is 6'5", Cornwell 6'3". Olson penetrating. She said it was two things. One, the way they're all competing, no matter their competition, but also the decision-making. You don't see the decision-making from freshmen like she sees from her youngsters.
And we haven't even really talked about Delfosse, number 33, who just checked in. She's someone who missed 2 months because of an injury, so she's gotten off to a little slower start than the other freshmen, but she's got a tremendous upside.
Olivia Olson.
I am incredibly impressed with this freshman. Out of all the freshmen, she's probably has the most all-around game.
Destiny Adams off the inbound. She is making a living in the paint. Michigan, a very good home team this season. 8 wins in their 9 opportunities. Swords guarded tightly by McMiller. Drive and kick. Hobbs off the deflection is good. Jordan Hobbs, the senior who had her career-high 22 points in their game against Washington on Wednesday.
And that's when she's at her best, when she can just spot up and receive those catch-and-shoot type threes, when she doesn't have to shoot off the bounce.
About 2 minutes to play in the first quarter as Adams goes to the well again in the lane. No, put back, nope. You can see the improvement that Hobbs has made from 1 to 4 to 9 to 13. There's a history at Michigan of players developing over time, getting their opportunity the older they get, and Hobbs is the latest great example.
And that's rare nowadays, Mike. I mean, that's rare. Players want instant gratification. They want instant results, and if they don't get it, then they have a lot of opportunities and venues to leave. Not Jordan Hobbs.
Grabovskaya against China Cornwell again.
She doesn't have to coach effort anymore. Kim Burns-Rico basically said the same thing. We're seeing that tonight, or this afternoon.
Dangerous pass leads to a turnover and the easiest bucket the Corals Daniels will have all season. Scarlet Knights on a 6-game losing streak entering today. Here's Swords. Off to Holloway. It's good. Third three-pointer for the Michigan Wolverines, and the freshman Holloway has 7. 10 seconds to shoot. McMiller held scoreless in the first quarter. On the run, it's Holloway. Corals Daniels behind. That's a hard foul. That's 2 fouls on JoJo Lacey. Number 1 in the Big Ten is her teammate Destiny Adams. Adams has 1 foul. Lacey has 2.
JoJo Lacey is someone that Coquise really counts on. She's 3rd in this team in 3-point field goals and attempts.
Get the triple team on McMiller and no chance for a shot at the buzzer. A great final 2 minutes for the Michigan Wolverines. She is scoreless. 0 for 3 from the floor in the first quarter.
Well, the game plan is working. It's exactly what Kim Burns-Rico said that she wanted to do, which was give her different looks, have multiple players.
Double digits every single game this year, except for the first 2. So she's on quite a streak of scoring. 30 minutes left of action here. Hobbs left open from deep. And the rebound goes to Rutgers. Rutgers hasn't won a game since December 21st against Lafayette. 6 straight losses for them.
They've had some close ones. It was a close one against Nebraska. It was a tough ending for them. They came back. It was a valiant effort against Wisconsin. Again, a close ending. They've been in every game, almost.
Destiny Adams splits 2 defenders, and Adams has 8 points, all in the paint.
Both those players have extremely high usage rates.
It's going to be a Michigan Wolverines turnover over and back. It's their 4th of the game.
Let her play. She's a pro. She's going to have to learn how to play through situations like this.
So Miller and Adams both on the bench for Rutgers. That's their 2 leading scorers by a long shot. See where the offense comes from. Lisa Thomas Thompson on the drive. Stops, pops, and scores. Swords, who's been struggling a bit offensively as of late. Crockett fights for the rebound, and Swords with a fresh shot clock. Hobbs on the drive, the right hand too strong, but a foul on Sidibe. She was great in the game Wednesday. Again, 10 points in the first quarter, had 4 3-pointers on the day. Averaging 13 points, that's the best in her career. She's her own toughest critic. Cornwell trying to get position inside and Grabovskaya. Sidibe in the corner, 6 to shoot. JoJo Lacey's going to have to heave it. Second 3-pointer of the day for Rutgers. Paola Delfosse short on the shot. Rebound fought after, but out of bounds. Adams back in the game with 2 early fouls. Hobbs on Adams. That's an off-balance shot by Adams. I mean, she was one of those players, not unlike what we're seeing here with freshmen. She made an impact from day one.
She's a baller. She was an absolute baller, and I feel like she was one of the first ones to really get people excited about women's basketball.
But that's been true since their last win came on December 21st. Pass inside into traffic. Delfosse has it. Now Swords has it. Now nobody has it. Tie up. Uh-oh. Adams just fell down, and she looks like something's wrong with her ankle. She's hobbling to the bench right now.
Yeah, it did look like she just inadvertently just rolled her ankle, just maybe stepped on someone's
Here's a look at when it happened. She's under the hoop and just, ooh, right there.
Yep.
I will say she grimaced real hard for about 5 seconds, but now on the bench she looks okay.
That Rutgers has had some really close losses. That doesn't even make it easier. It doesn't make you feel any better about it. If anything, it can be even a little more discouraging because you work so hard.
Destiny Adams is in the corner with 2 fouls. It's going to be a whistle on Michigan. Zakara Perkins, freshman at the line. Pretty good crowd here in Ann Arbor on a Saturday afternoon.
Tonight, they can fill their local drinking and eating establishments to watch the Lions play.
Oh, that's right. Nice effort inside. 6 of their last 7 field goal attempts. It's an offensive foul on Sidibe.
And that's an unfortunate break for Destiny.
4 of the 5 Rutgers starters have 2 fouls or more, and one of them is Adams on the bench.
That keeps happening, and she said, no, see where right now where it's happening, it's the fouls.
Swords hits both free throws with a bucket and takes some bit of momentum, but a double team is awaiting McMillan immediately. 3 to shoot, 1 to shoot. McMillan, front of the rim, and that is the story of the first half. Couple things to remember as we start the second half. Fouls have piled up for the Scarlet Knights. Adams and Perkins each have 3 fouls. Each are in the game to start the second half. Lacey and Sidibe each have 2 fouls. And the lady with the ball, Kiyomi McMillan, is still scoreless in this game. The defense Michigan has played on her has been suffocating. Oftentimes double, if not triple teaming her, and it has worked. Destiny Adams with a mid-range shot. They go to Grabovskaya again. Olson on the drive with the left hand. No! Put back too strong. Third opportunity for Michigan goes. Adams has battled foul trouble all season long. That's an important shot. Sidibe with a steal. Spinning and losing it, but it was off Swords.
Trying to score early in transition.
Thompson to inbound. Ball is deflected, and Swords has it. Up ahead, this will be easy for Holloway. She's up to 11. Thompson, yes, and the foul.
Syla Swords threw the pass. I looked over at Kim Burns, and she had no reaction. I wanted to see her reaction. She had none. That's growth for her. You have to meet these freshmen where they are.
Right. Set the bar high, but understand what you're dealing with.
Absolutely.
Two Wolverines waiting to check in. Scarlet Knights have been pesky. Couple opportunities that look like Michigan could pull away, and they haven't.
Just a true point guard. She can also score the ball as well.
Holloway's one of the best point guards she's ever coached. Puerto Rico's been doing this for a while. Her 13th year at Michigan.
There's been a couple times in the first half where Michigan seemed out of sorts, and she didn't panic. Instead, she brought the ball back out to run offense and get the team reset.
Turnover for the Scarlet Knights. Miller is on the bench. Hobbs from deep. Ball's batted around. Grabovskaya has it. Quarles Daniels in trouble. Holloway floats it up, and Adams is coming the other way. It's a 3-on-2 break. Is no, but draws a foul. Wisconsin's won 6 straight games, while USC has had back-to-back impressive victories. Second 3 basketball games. And the Kelsey Plum jersey hanging in the rafters game is coming up after that game. Nice.
And she really falls right in alignment with what Toquise was saying, is how competitive these players are.
Syla Swords from deep. Very impressive defensive performance by the Wolverines. 10 to shoot. Petticord's in trouble. Steps through and took an extra step. She disagrees, and so does Toquise.
Your chances are pretty good to win this game.
That is the 6th turnover Michigan has forced in just this quarter alone. They forced 19 a game. They've forced 15 here. Quarles Daniels hacked on the left hand. Chris been with us a long time, one of the more versatile folks on our roster.
I love him. I got to work a game with him earlier. By far, favorite play-by-play
I was just going to say.
ever worked with.
What was it like working with a pro? It must have been nice. Pass inside is deflected by Grabovskaya, and Michigan's coming the other way. Hobbs outlets to Quarles Daniels. Falling in the paint and getting a whistle.
Just flipped her.
Junior, Quarles Daniels at the free throw line. Adams, Perkins, McMiller, all with 3.
No team in this league is going to go undefeated.
And that's saying something.
That is saying
There
something.
are 4 teams at the top that are all top 10 worthy, have been ranked in the top 10 for weeks. 10 to shoot for Swords. Swords from the baseline as the clock was running down, and she's in double digits as well. She's got 11 here in the third quarter. That's a long 2 from Lacey, and the rebound fought for and kept alive. Thompson, nice bounce pass to Adams. Michigan not quite able to separate themselves. Been up double digits for a little while, but can't quite pull away. That's nice defense. And
She's not a surprise to anyone in this league anymore.
Yeah.
And she did that 27 only against the defending national champion, number 1 ranked USC.
Quite a way to begin your career.
And Dawn Staley, her teams don't give up 27 to anyone,
Right.
let alone freshmen.
Here's Olson in the corner. Rebound to Adams. Foul on Rutgers. Her arm was wrapped around.
What I love, you talked about the leadership of Destiny Adams and how she's evolved in year 2 in this program. She wasn't doing that last year.
Perkins does stay in the game with 4 fouls. Thompson, another nice pass to Adams, who's so good at finishing inside. Find an open teammate. 90 seconds left in the third. Greta Kampstrader's had a quiet day until that shot. That's her first 3, her second bucket of the day.
Last 5 games, Greta's shooting about 56% from behind the arc.
Holloway, shimmy, out to Olson. The 3s are falling for Michigan. Sidibe stops and too strong. 20 seconds to go. You know, in the history of Michigan women's basketball, they've had 3 McDonald's All-Americans all time. 52 years of Michigan basketball, 3 McDonald's All-Americans. They're all 3 on the court right now.
It's incredible.
Cam Schrader's one. Hobbs is not one, though she does score inside. Those 2-star freshmen are the others. And once again, the Michigan Wolverines end the quarter strong. They've scored the last 8 points. She has been held scoreless today. 0 points through 3 quarters of action. If you're curious, her season low, and hence career now, are 4 points and 8 points, which came in her first 2 games of her career, respectively.
It's not her having a bad night or an off night. It's this defense by Michigan. And I don't know if this defense can be replicated. It's not like other teams can go, oh, we've got the formula for stopping McMiller. This Michigan defense screens maybe some curls and cuts to the basket. Maybe even some cross screen.
And we talk about the team effort, and a lot of defense by all this team. But I will say, you saw Swords defending her that possession. Michigan will tell you, even though Swords is a freshman, she's already the best defender on the squad.
She's a great defender. Olivia Olson is a great defender. She can face up. She can shoot the jumper. She needs to continue to improve her three-point shot.
She's had a great year. I mean, earlier this year, she scored 30 against Cornell and then 36 in the next game.
And I went to Michigan's practice last night. They were focusing on guarding McMiller, which clearly they've done a phenomenal job with, but also they spent a lot of time talking about staying attached to Destiny Adams, and you can see where they've fallen short in that area.
Give and go, Swords with the finish. JoJo Lacey has been the offense that Rutgers has needed. Comes over from Boston College. It's her first year here. She's a grad senior. She's the only Scarlet Knight to start every game this season, but my goodness, the freshman Syla Swords. Here's Adams. Out to Sidibe, no.
And shoot a pull-up 3. She's a baller.
Olson, the other freshman. Threes are falling for the youngsters in Ann Arbor. Lead up to 19. Back-to-back threes by Michigan freshman. JoJo Lacey with another answer. What a day for the grad senior. Her season high already with 18 points. And the threes are falling for everybody. Oprah's here. You get a 3. You get a 3. Only 16 points have been scored by the entire Scarlet Knights team except for Adams and Lacey. That's the 18th turnover by Rutgers, which is something Michigan does very well, but they're also so good at scoring off the turnovers, which is what Kravovskaya is trying to do in the paint. 2 opportunities, no, and then a foul.
She's got a tremendous upside, compared her a lot to a young Kaiser.
Emily Kaiser?
Yeah.
Tiana had a preseason foot injury, so hasn't played in all the games.
That length that I love with Delfosse.
That's turnover number 19.
In the day and age of the transfer portal, it's hard to keep a recruiting class together for 4 years, but I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but can you imagine?
Steal by Sidibe, off-balance shot. South Carolina, Oklahoma, USC, UCLA, and Ohio State in the top 10. They're not even close to a bad loss on the season.
Not at all. Only one was at home. That was the Ohio State game, and they were in it right to the very end. Kind of got away from them in the 4th quarter.
Sidibe flies in and creates a foul, I should say. Last year with 14, every single team made it. This year they've added 1 game on the Wednesday of the tournament to allow 15 teams to make it. So there will be teams rewarded with a double bye, teams rewarded with a bye, and teams rewarded by just being able to play.
I love it. And she was calling for it the entire time Destiny had the ball. She was asking for it. You can just see her confidence growing throughout this game. Kind of start to shut it down.
Lacey wants the 3. It's the last few she's taken now. You see Brown in the game for Michigan. Alyssa Crockett in the corner. Grabowskaia.
Kaiser more as a freshman, and Grabowskaia is a junior. She only got 3 years of eligibility here in the States because she did come over as an
Again, a huge storyline today. The great freshman talent that is Kiyomi McMiller has 0 points, and that offense has been picked up by JoJo Lacey, who has 22. This free throw will tie Lacey's career high with 23 points.
To talk to China Cornwell yesterday, who used her 5th year to stay at Rutgers instead of going back home to a school closer to North Carolina, and I asked her why. And she said, Coquise Washington. She said she has so much loyalty to Coquise and to this program.
Lisa Thompson for free throw line. They welcome the Spartans here after that.
You know, it's Mike, we say this every game that this team has a challenging upcoming schedule. And
I know, it's true.
The entire schedule is challenging. When you have 12 teams in the top 40 of the net rankings and 6 teams in the top 25, everyone's upcoming schedule is challenging.
Delfosse with the left hand. She's heading to the line for a chance at a three-point play. Ann Arbor from New Jersey. Kim Barnes-Arico has some ties to the Northeast area.
A lot of coaches say that and then they never come in the game, but I am enjoying watching her play.
Nice shot from Lisa Thompson. She's got double digits now. That's her 3rd 10-point game this season. Cara Perkins coming the other way. Despite foul trouble, Perkins has been playing some good ball for Rutgers. Back-to-back buckets by Lisa Thompson. The last 7 points of the game scored.
Makes the process that much better.
Getting a win against Lafayette on December 21st. Reminder, 3 basketball games on our air. This is the first one. There's a men's game coming up in about a half hour. That's coming up when this game comes to a close.
We're talking about jersey retirements. I'd like to see a few former Michigan players with their jerseys retired.
Such as? Yeah, it's a great point, too, is what Naz Hillman, I mean, she was just, you don't believe this kid. And then the work she did with nonprofits. Hillman was she's one of those born leaders, and she's been so much fun. We got to work with her a little bit at the Big Ten Network. Nice ball movement for Michigan, and
it's special. They defend, they compete, they are definitely better with the upper half of this conference. But they have the right person on the sideline, the right person leading the way.
Credit the Michigan Wolverines defense for holding Kiyomi McMiller scoreless on the day. JoJo Lacey stepped up with a career-high 27 points. But not enough. A lot of fight from Rutgers. Stayed in it until this 4th quarter. Michigan Wolverines get the win 87-71. They improve to 13-0 this season when they face unranked teams. They're also 9-1 at home now.